Hey guys, I'm being honest that I've been pretty overwhelmed this week. I have just feel like I've walked through a war zone and I'm wiped. Um, what's going on is my tyrant neighbor, Mr. Wolf, he tore part of the spite fence that he's had under the eaves of my house, where it has it's been triple layered, and so the boards that are behind the other boards that's being concealed is attached to my home. So when he's ripping also the soil and everything right next to my house, literally. And then I did not get any written notice or anything. I didn't see any markers or nothing. And he proceeded to, from my point of view, because I never received any written notice, trespass on my property and decided to take things that were mine and just threw them and took them apart. Then him and his son, because they're both named Mr. Wolf, proceeded to drive these stakes through the metal poles for a chain link fence and place them right where my water pipes are. I did not see any markers. I didn't see any flags, nothing like the white flags or anything. I didn't see anything. So I had been extremely concerned. And then when they've kind of just barged in, and I didn't have anybody to help because I was calling the city saying, hey, I haven't got notice of this. My rights have been violated. I haven't even got a chance to protest or nothing. And the original time that they put this chain link fence that's in my backyard, they attached this thing to my house itself. Okay. And then proceeded to the next day, I thought it was all done. The chain link fence. The next day, they decided to rip all of what they did with the poles and everything all over again the next day, taking everything back out again, and then repositioning it and taking these metal rods through the metal hollow chain link fencing poles, sticking the stakes inside them. Then, just because he wanted to be malicious, he decided to take one of the fences, turn it upside down so that it would break my retainer walls. And then he stuck the poles in some kind of container with the cement. And that was actually surrounding where the survey markers, that was my survey markers. He cemented over them. And he was trying to cover up what he was doing with this array of tarps. And then what he did is he took the tarps and then he put boards between the wood fence and this chain link fence, so you had no access to it. So it wouldn't do any good trying to rip the tarps down or do anything like that, because they're so tightened to the boards how he had it fastened, you couldn't. So he blocked my access, what was my property. And yeah, I called the police, I called the sheriff. I've been going to even the county. I'm overwhelmed. And then there were some altercations because some of the stuff that he stole from me on the 14th got back from him after he actually threw a valance at a friend of mine that was just working on my back steps on May the 14th. I want to cry. So I have been on the phone calling City Works, A811, all these places about me being concerned because on the 17th, when he did all this again and connected it to my home and property and did all this damage, because he's already done over $50,000 in damage to my house. So now I can't sell it to even get away from this guy. And I've been on the phone calling. I've been doing everything I can, and I've been fighting for 6 years. I've gone to code enforcement through the past 6 years, and because they have been in a lawsuit with him, the city's been in a suit, and vice versa, where Wolf's been suing the city, that I would just get the responses that their hands are tied. Well, my house is being destroyed by this guy, this tyrant. And just to give you an idea, because I have done this too, a real estate lawyer, because I did hire one in 2024, it's $10,000 to obtain a real estate lawyer. And then I'm told it's $50,000 to $100,000 in legal fees to fight him to tear all the stuff down that he's damaged my house. That he was already given a no-build order by the city multiple times. And he ignored it and continued in doing the damage and destruction he's done. He's vandalized my property. He's trespassed on my property. I have been under so much prolonged stress, trauma from this guy. He's gone on top of the fence of my house, cut my security cameras, threw rocks in my windows. This is what I've been living with. I'm overwhelmed. I feel alone because I'm doing everything I know. And then to get a harassment lawyer, because I already had 6 harassment orders on this guy, okay? And we went to Superior Court and went past that, because this guy will push everything to the extreme, all right? This is how this guy rolls. You know, it's like $4,000 or $5,000 again to obtain a different type of lawyer for that. $7,000 for that. Oh, hey, why don't you look at the insurance? Every time he does something like that and they do an investigation with insurance, it's $3,000 a pop. My civil rights have been just railroaded. He's blocked access to my property, and the maintenance or contractors that can't do their job. He's devalued my property. But in the midst of him, when he was doing the landfilling next to my house, which also was on my property, when he landfilled it and redirected the water so that there's water erosion, and it's actually compromised the foundation of my house, because now my house is slanting because of this joker. That actually depreciates the value of everybody else's house in the area as well. So then I try to go above the city, because I felt like there's really a tort going on. So I went to the county. And so apparently the county code enforcement, which is the next step higher, that position's still open, so they haven't filled that position. So there's nobody in that position yet for me to call. And so the real reason I'm even posting stuff with the media is because I feel like I've been blocked access every possible way of getting any justice. And my next steps are to go to the Attorney General, because I don't know what to do. I can't afford a real estate lawyer, a civil lawyer, and a lawyer that handles with somebody with harassment and destruction of property, because this guy's done horrendous vandalism and damage to my home, my property, and threats, and it just goes on. So So I'm sorry, I'm unloading this because this is what I've been dealing with, and I'm stressed out. Anyway, so I'm sorry if I'm not my normal self right now. I'm not my normal self right now. I'm not okay. And I'm trying to take a break, and I'm trying to hold it together. But this is too much for anybody to have two men doing this to you. I don't know what to say.